Hello,
Hello,
Bariatric
hello.
Society, and welcome back to On the Couch. Super excited for our second episode. Looking forward to
Yes.
chatting with a friend of ours.
A great friend of
Yep.
ours.
So Janae Lee Sanders on Instagram and TikTok. So thanks for joining us. Be sure to share. If you're catching this live or you're catching the replay, hit that share button. And we are going to learn so much about Janae. As you all know, On the Couch is not just about the bariatric journey, it is about everything, it's about the whole person. So we're gonna give us a second
Bring
and
Janae down.
there she is.
What's happening?
Hi,
How are
y'all.
you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Good, good. Can you hear us good?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good, good.
Oh,
What's going on?
welcome to On the
Nothing.
Couch.
Nothing. I know I'm like, let me get on my couch and sit real comfortable with y'all.
And get real comfortable.
Yes.
I
Uh,
love it, love it. Well, as you know, on here at On the Couch, we are looking to not only learn about your bariatric journey, because obviously that's why you're here,
Mhm.
but two, we really want to get to know the Janae, like the real Janae.
outside of the bariatric world, outside of, just weight loss, and everybody knows that you work out, like, but who are you outside of that?
Right.
Yeah.
And I love this. I love this because I know, I mean, we're more than just losing weight in our
Yeah.
journeys and
Yeah.
all these little things. That's just one part of our story. So it's nice to share the full story.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, let's kind of hop into it. Who is Janae?
You know, it's funny that you asked that because I'm still trying to figure out who Janae is. Like my
Yeah.
go-to answer
Valid.
was, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and yes, I am those things, but that is not Janae. That is things that Janae do. Those are the roles that I
Right, right.
play. But who is Janae now in her mid 30s? I'm going to be 36 this year. Who is Janae as she transitioned into this side of life? Like I don't know. I don't know who Janae is. I'm getting to know her. It's fun knowing who she is and what she likes and stuff. And I feel like I'm finding myself more, but I'm redefining who Janae is so that I don't lose Janae again because I feel
Right,
like I
right,
lost her.
right,
Yes,
right.
yes. I love that. And I think that is so valid. And I think that that is something that definitely other people can relate to.
100%, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And and I do believe that whether it's you went through a weight loss journey or not, we do find ourselves. I feel like it's every 5 years
Yeah,
where
Yeah.
you're
for sure. Yeah,
reinventing yourself, figuring out, okay, I accomplished this, I didn't accomplish that.
yeah.
This serves me, this doesn't serve
What's
me.
hmm
next?
What's next?
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
Love that.
So, okay, who is Janae? Where's Janae from? Does Janae have siblings? Does Janae have children? I mean, I know all these things, but the world doesn't know.
Yes, no, and that's so right because like on my social media, I keep things just about
Right.
me, and so a lot of people. I was talking to TT the other day. She was like, you posted about your daughter and your husband, and I completely forgot that you like had all this, and I'm like, yeah, I know. So I am originally born and raised from the Bronx, New York. Spent 20 years of my life there, and then I went into the military and haven't been back since. I've been married since I was 21. And like I said, I'm about to be 36 this year. And so we
Okay,
have
let's
been
go.
hopping around. Yes. Yes. We're celebrating 15 years married this year.
That's
And
amazing.
yes, definitely. And we have two children, two girls, one that's going to be 14 and 12 days.
Oh, wow.
If no, 22 days. My math is off. 22 days. And then I almost she is four. She'll be five this year, later on in the year. So we have two girls. I'm prior service Army. My husband is still active duty Army. So we're on the West Coast right now in the state of Washington, and we've been bouncing around for the last 15 years, 16 years, and yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And
That's
I have two brothers.
Nice. I heard something there. I heard military, so we'll get to that in a moment. But I do want to
Mhm.
backtrack. So obviously there is a bariatric journey. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Tell us a little bit about, what surgery you had, kind of what led up to it, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I had the gastric sleeve on March 2nd of 2023, so I'm almost about to be 2 years
That's
post-op.
it's almost here.
I had my highest weight was 287 pounds, but I started my weight loss surgery journey at 264, and now my current low is 162. I kind of bounce. I have like a 5 pound bounce. So yeah, I've been sitting at the 160s for a while now. I was on GLP-1 as well. I started that in April of last year due to Chris actually telling me about his journey with it. And I'm just now coming off of it and see what my body is going to do. And yeah, I had my gastric sleeve back in Texas when we were stationed there in San Antonio at Fort Sam Houston. So a lot of people don't know my bariatric clinic is actually a military clinic at a military hospital by
Oh
military
wow.
doctors. Like my clinic and my setup looks a lot different than people who go the
Sure.
civilian route. I'm probably the one that's the minority here, but military is my life, so it's like boop,
Right.
and then I forget that I'm the one who's the minority here. So I've been sharing that journey and that side of it because a lot of spouses are trying to do this route and they end up finding my content as well.
Good, good.
And thank you for bringing that up. How was that process? Did you feel like you had to go through a lot of red tape? You kind of hear what people go through, right? 6 months or this or that. How was the process with
So
the military?
I got so lucky where we were stationed at. If you know anything about Fort Sam Houston or San Antonio, then that is the medical hub for the military, period. That's where everyone who is medical gets trained
Oh
at.
wow.
And so they have every single specialty there. So I didn't even know this. I could have self referred myself to the bariatric clinic, and there was no real approval process for me. It was, are you obese? Do you have a health issue? Okay, you're good to go. This is your checklist, and that's it. So when I
Ah,
found
Wow.
when I found that information out, it was literally a 10-week turnaround from the moment I said yes and had my information session to the day that they cut me open.
Oh wow.
And my surgeon, she actually wanted to do it in 7 weeks because she just had a lot of time on, she had open time, she was about to deploy, so she was trying to cut as many people open as she could. But my
And get it
husband,
done.
yeah, right, but my husband was away for training for a month, so we ended up pushing it until he came back. So yeah, it was a 10-week turnaround time. All I had to do was complete my checklist, and I didn't even know it was going to be that
That's
fast.
awesome. That's actually
yeah,
great.
I never would have expected that. I think,
Hmm.
we probably think like, oh, military, we're gonna have to go through
Gotta go
this.
through
And
this,
yeah.
go through that.
And they're gonna put you through a whole PT test.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. My clinic is definitely, and it's crazy because my coordinator, he was also in the military, and he also had his gastric sleeve done by our clinic, and then now he's
Gotcha.
leading the clinic. So it's definitely been a great experience from my clinic to my own journey. Like I've had nothing but
That's
positives.
awesome. I mean, that's a being on the military side, like that's a whole nother side of, of the world of people that want to get bariatric and don't know that, again,
It's
you're
amazing.
former military, Rissa is too, but just the hoops that you typically have to jump through for anything else. Folks in the military now still complaining about things that they can't get approved. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would have thought that would have been a tough process, but I mean, it doesn't seem like it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, at least for me, it was God's timing and then God's
Well,
plan.
when
So
we do it.
I was like, all right, let's do this.
Um, so let me ask this, right? So I heard 10 weeks.
Mhm.
Um, what was that like, right? So a lot of people, they have months to kind of prepare for it. Did you feel like you were ready? Did you feel like it was too soon? Like what were you kind of
You know
thinking?
what? It's crazy. I didn't even have a chance to wrap my mind around it, which is a good and a bad thing.
Right.
So like the summer of 2022, we were moving from Fort Bragg, North Carolina to Texas. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I have a new doctor. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna tell him like I'm suffering. My weight is out of control. My health issues are starting to really get out of control. It really started to take like a toll on me that same summer. So
Mm.
when I talked to my doctor, that was in October. he referred me to an obesity specialist in November. So I talked with her. She was the one who even introduced bariatric surgery to me. Like I heard about it because, you know, we all know the shows,
Right.
but I just didn't think it was a thing for me.
Right.
Like I didn't think I was that
No, us
obese
too.
to
We
like,
were the same way.
right. I didn't even think it was like, I thought it was for
Yeah.
600-pound people. Like I didn't know it was for me. And so I was totally against it. I was like, I don't want to do this. Like
Right.
I've been trying to lose weight on my own, like whatever. And she's like, just get the information. You don't even
Mm.
have to say yes. Just get the information. And so when I got the information, I'm like, you know what? I've done everything in my power that I felt like in my power for 12 years. My weight issue started from when I had children and I was still in the military at that time. So I am super active. I'm doing all of the
Yeah.
diets and something is just, I've been able to lose weight, but I'm not able to keep it off. Like it's above
Right.
me now. Like
Right.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try
Right.
this because it's above me at this point. And at that time, I was also in nursing school, so I didn't know it was gonna take that. Like it was gonna be such a quick turnaround time. So I'm like, I need to hurry up and try to do this so that I can be recovered, so that I can start clinicals that summer, not knowing that we were gonna move here. And so they told me the list of stuff that I had to do, and I was up at that hospital at least 2 times a week, just appointment after appointment after appointment.
Wow.
And so I didn't even have a chance to think about what it was I was doing. I'm just
What I'm
like,
about to do right now to change my life right now.
yes.
Yeah,
And then
happening so
even
fast.
like, because I got everything done, that it literally took me a month to do everything. And so that February, like I said, my husband was gone. I had a chance to really think about it, but not really because now I'm by myself with the kids and I'm in school and I'm working. So I still didn't have a chance to like sit down and think about it until I was cut open. And I'm like, well, all right.
I want to make a connection here real quick because what I heard you say is I was military. I was super active, right? And you've gone through it, right? You've gone through basic training. You've had to pass PT
Right.
tests. You've had to run a mile. You've had to do the pull-ups, the push-ups, right? So this it was not someone who was lazy or
Right.
looking for the easy way out,
Right.
right? There was a change.
Hmm.
In this case, the change was having kids, right? Hormonal changes, weight changes, etc., that led you to kind of where you were and feeling stuck.
Right. Right. Exactly. And you know, it's great. There's so much information on social media and the internet now, but when we're thinking about now almost 14 years ago, like the
Right.
information wasn't as accessible and the doctors wasn't as open-minded as they are now. And so just being 22 and just wanting to lose my baby weight and I actually got kicked out of the military for weight issues because I could
Oh
not
wow.
get into weight standard. And so I was on this roller coaster of always trying to lose the weight, lose the baby weight. And at times, like, yeah, you definitely get demotivated, depressed, all that
Oh, for
stuff when
sure.
you're doing it and nothing is working, or you're doing it, you're losing it, but you have to do everything impossible to even keep the weight off. Like you definitely, it was definitely a long journey.
I can imagine. Take us back for a minute to that moment where obviously I'm sure you're probably having conversations along the way, like, "Hey, Janae, you need to get the weight off, or you need to be able to do this." Like, what was kind of going on during those moments? Like, I can imagine you worked so hard for something, and then it's like poof.
Right.
Right. It's crazy because I feel like I've been on a constant weight loss journey for 12 years. Like I never was not in the weight loss mode. It's
Right.
like, you know, when people start their journey on a Monday, on a new week, at the top of the month, at the top of the year, like I feel like that was where my mind always
Was.
was at. And so it's crazy to be on this side of it, and I'm still trying to navigate the side of, well, what does not focusing on weight loss look like? Even though I still want to lose a couple more pounds, I feel like everybody want to lose a couple more pounds here or there, but like I'm not
Yeah.
obsessed with it. I didn't go into this new year with having a weight goal or anything like that. And so it's it's a weird transition to be in now, to finally be successful. And what does even weight maintenance look like when you've been on a 12-year weight loss journey?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And could you ever have imagined that it literally would have taken a few hours of surgery at the hospital to get you where you are today?
You know, I went into my weight loss surgery journey very delusional, very like, I'm going to drop 100 pounds in 6 months and I'm going to be at my goal weight at a year mark. And it wasn't that. I really didn't understand what it was that I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to lose weight. And I feel like I went into weight loss surgery for the wrong reasons. I wanted to lose weight. That was it. And so now being on this side, along with sharing my journey and hearing other people's experiences and healing my relationship with food and fitness and all that stuff, I realized how much of a mental journey this has been and how freeing this has been. But I didn't go into the journey knowing that. It really took time for me to develop and be here. And I feel like that's more so character development than it is weight loss journey. Like I had to actively choose to develop in this way, or I feel like I still would have been on a toxic roller coaster. So I couldn't have imagined that just deciding to get my stomach cut out would have led to this
Right,
version of me,
right,
because I
right.
was only focused on weight loss.
Mhm. So one thing I really, really, really love about your journey, and I'll be like, oh, there she go again, is the running. So
Jealous,
we've been
jealous.
we've watched
My knees hurt now.
we've
You
watched
hear me?
a 5K, well, multiple 5Ks now.
Mhm.
I think a 10K
Mhm.
recently. Like like what made you say, okay, this is gonna be the thing. This
You
is for
know,
Janae.
it's so funny because I hated running. Like when you're military, that's all you do.
Right.
All you do is run, and I never was good at it. Like even my father, he watches my content. He was like, "You was the girl who did not know how to run. Like you would kick out your feet, you would flail out your feet. You did not have good coordination." And so, and I was slow. I was so bad at it, and I was forced to do it in the military. And
Mhm.
then going on a weight loss journey after that, all I knew was to run, to burn the most calories, and to do this. And so I was abusing it and I hated it even more because I was only using it for weight loss. So after weight loss surgery, I actually had to take a break from fitness, and really heal that relationship, and figure out that, it's just about me moving my body and not me trying to lose weight. And so with that, I was like running, because I've been running for the last 15 years on and off. And so I kind of started it up again, and then I'm like, you know what? This is kind of fun. Like now that I'm not super overweight and it doesn't hurt as much, and
Right.
I'm like, this kind of fun. Like I can kind of get into this. And then last year for my 35th birthday, I got a Garmin watch. And that's when I started to like really take it more seriously. Started to really like look into how to get better, zone 2 heart rate, and just all the things to like build my stamina and my endurance and my speed and all that stuff. And I'm like, I kind of like this. Like,
Right.
and so the bariatric retreat actually launched my race journey, because I hadn't done any races until I did the 5K at the retreat. And after that, I'm like, I think I can be a long distance runner. I'm not a sprinter, but I can do this long distance thing at my speed. And so yeah, I've done 3 5K so far. I've done 1 10K, 1 15K, and then in March, I'm registered for another 10K and a half marathon, my first half
Oh,
marathon.
awesome. That's
Oh
dope.
my goodness.
I mean, and you also hike 1,000,000 miles too.
Yes, yes, yes. I do. The state of Washington, we're surrounded by mountains.
Bike
There's
trails here.
literally nothing else to
Yeah.
do but get outdoors. And so I'm actually excited for the summer. I won't be in the gym lifting weights like that. I know I'm going to be out there on the
Right,
trails
right,
hiking.
right.
I can remember, so after our surgery, we literally within days had moved to California. So obviously another beautiful state to hike in. And
I
I
miss it.
I can remember us, like we got to a certain point. We probably both lost our 100 pounds and said, oh, we're gonna do all the 5Ks. Any 5Ks, we're gonna sign up for them, blah blah blah. And then guess what?
Ain't done one since retreat.
But no, no, no. But that's not it. The world shut
Oh,
down.
true. Yeah, COVID happened.
There were
Yeah,
no
true, true.
5Ks for us to do.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yes. So it maybe it's something that we got to pick up, but
But
it's
I know we've
I
done
say
them because we've
I
done our
always
retreat
tell
calls.
people
yeah.
I always tell people when it comes to fitness, like just find your thing. Like, and the crazy thing with me, I'm a Gemini. I like change.
Yeah.
I'm always changing.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, something that I like right now, I may not like 6 months from now, or I may have to take a
Yeah.
pause 6 months from now.
Yeah.
And so when you think about being consistent with fitness, like figure out what you actually like
Yes.
to stay
Yes.
consistent with it.
No,
Yes.
that's facts. And I love, like, when I run, my knees hurt. So I
Hmm.
like running. So
Hmm.
I like lifting weights. So I'll run because I like to try to, keep my cardio up. But yeah, give me with the weights and I'm good.
See, but I'm the same way. I love running. I really don't care to lift weights, but I know it's important
Right,
for,
right, yeah.
the muscles and all that
Hmm.
stuff. So I'm like, I do it. And I go through phases where I'll do it more than maybe I'll do it later on in the year. But like,
Got you.
there's a give and a take. And I say like do mostly what you like to do and sprinkle some stuff in here or there or
Yeah,
try new things here or there.
for sure.
I think that is so important, and I probably have this conversation at least 2 to 3 times a week with folks. Is that you have to find the things you love,
Hmm.
Yeah.
whether that is running, whether that's weights, whether that's Zumba, whether that's Peloton,
Cycling, like whatever that
yeah,
is.
Hmm.
whatever that thing is, because that's the thing that you are going to, it's not going to seem like a chore. You're not
Yep.
going to dread it.
Hmm.
Because if you're not a morning person and you decide that you're going to go to the gym at 5 a.m., it might not work out for you,
Right.
right? Because
But you just gotta keep going because I ain't like going either. But now I don't want to be at the gym any other time than that time.
Mhm.
yeah,
Right. And it's like, challenge yourself to see if
Oh,
this is
yep.
something for you. But if you find that it's not, then just pivot.
Yeah.
Just adjust. Like for me, I know I'm a morning person. I don't need no coffee. I don't need no tea. I don't need pre-workout energy. I don't need
Yeah.
nothing. I will get up and go. But as soon as 12 o'clock come around, if I'm not in my car by 12 to go to the gym, I'm not working out.
Yeah.
But I do stuff that I love. So I love running. So I'll go run at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't feel like a chore, like you
Right.
said. So
Yeah.
I'll go and do that. But if you say to go to the gym at 3 o'clock, no, I'm not. I'm
You
not
be
doing
like, I don't know. That's not my time.
Nope.
and I do feel like with fitness, I feel like anything will throw you off because it's kind of like your mind giving you that excuse. It's like, oh, we're out of pre-workout. Oh, maybe maybe we shouldn't go.
Right.
Or, oh, we woke up an hour late.
Hmm.
So it's like those things. That it's the mind,
Yeah.
right? It's the mind telling you, oh no, don't worry about that. Don't
Yeah.
worry
Mhm.
about that, girl.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Take a rest day. No.
What I one thing I think that everyone probably notices, or if they're just seeing you today, is I see and hear the energy. So where does your energy come from?
I really think it came from losing weight. And it's
Mhm.
crazy because my bariatric coordinator said that there's like this energy boost that you get after surgery that like hits you at 3 months. I don't know. And that wasn't true for me. I don't know when it started to like click for me, but it did. And I think it's the fact that I'm getting better sleep. I have better
Mm.
quality sleep. I sleep longer. I no longer have sleep apnea too. So that
Yeah.
there's that. And that came from weight loss. It's the fact that I move my body more and they think, you're moving your body, you're gonna get tired. Actually, it gives me energy to go about the day. And so my lifestyle looks different. I'm fueling my body differently. I'm not
Definitely. Yeah,
putting
that's
things in my
facts.
body that's making me sluggish. And so it's all of it that's giving me their energy. And I'm like, I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I cannot take a nap.
Right.
Like at all. Like even though I work overnight in the ER, and so those nights that I'm going into work, it's a 24-hour day for me because even though I know I have to go to sleep, I just physically can't. I
Yeah.
just have so much
Can't
energy now.
shut it off.
I know exactly
Hmm.
what that's like.
Totally understand. Um, so you've spoken a little bit about some of your loved ones already, but tell us, how has your journey, how has that impacted your relationships?
I think everyone has benefit from it. A lot of people ask me, like, is things different with your husband? Did you lose friends? Like, do people treat you differently? And I'm like, no, one, because I have a solid core of friends, but like, I, I feel like I'm a better version of me, and
Yeah.
everyone gets to benefit from that. And my life isn't solely focused around losing weight, and so I'm not missing the moments. Like I hadn't seen my family in years. I haven't gone back to New York in years because I just was so ashamed of who I let myself become. So I'm missing out on
Mm.
my nephew growing up and seeing my cousin's kids. And like when I look at pictures with my family, I literally have nothing but pictures of my husband and the girls. Like and there's just selfies of me, but like nothing that's full body. And so
Right,
like
right, right.
all these little things that I would like try to avoid and hide, I'm not doing anymore. And so now I feel like I can be just a better wife, a better friend, a better mother because I am just a better me, period.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
all of my relationships are great because I'm great.
Right.
I love that. I love that. Oh, yes, I love that because I think sometimes a lot of times you hear some of the like the negative, right? Like, oh, bariatric divorce, which I don't even agree with that. I think just people change, they
Yeah.
grow, whether they grow together or grow apart. So I don't even
But
Me
I mean,
either. And I feel like those problems were already there and now you're just a better version of you and you don't want to deal with that. But that's just my opinion on
right.
it.
And I feel like it's energy. Like nobody ever talked to me crazy like that before. So like, you're not gonna do it now. So like, and you're really not gonna do it now because I'm done set the tone. I done set boundaries. Like things are different and shifted. So like, I can tell like your energy because you don't play. And I love. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell all of y'all on here. When she get online and she say what she wants, she mean what she say. She don't play about it because she passionate about what she talking about. So don't play with her.
Right. Like it's hard because people talk about people pleasing a lot
Yeah.
and
Yes.
how they're no longer a people pleaser after weight loss and I'm like I've never been a people pleaser and maybe it could be just being a New Yorker, being a veteran, being a black woman, period.
Right.
Like it could be several things, but that's just not that hasn't been my experience. And so, some issues I find online is that people call me abrasive or too direct or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, if you know me, then like this is me. But
This is who
I've
I
I've
am.
never been like a malicious person. I've always said everything with love, and a lot of more people can actually benefit from more tough love. So like,
Come on.
if I'm for you, I'm for you. If I'm not, I'm not. I really don't care.
Right.
I don't care either way.
I think that's a perfect segue because I do want to talk about your content.
Mhm.
One, I think it comes off very real, very authentic.
Keep it in a box.
Yeah, it's. I know that I can trust it, right? So if you say that this bar or this shake tastes good, then I'm like, okay, it probably tastes good. Let me go try it. And not always the case, right? Because it just is what it
Mhm.
is. But what has made you say, you know what, I'm going to lead always with authenticity, even even if that means, okay, you know what, I won't get this check.
Right. So, this I think it started with Instagram actually. Like I think there was a couple years ago before COVID, there was like a time period where people had like an accountability page where they were sharing their weight loss journey and it was separate from their actual personal account. And so this is what that account was for me. I was just sharing my weight loss journey, sharing my meals, what I was going through and finding other people who was doing the same thing. And then so this me being a content creator or whatever started like years ago before I even got bariatric surgery and
Before content creator was a
right
thing. That's what I was
before
doing.
it was a thing. Like I was on YouTube and all that stuff, and I actually was very late to TikTok. I didn't even want to download yet another app,
Right.
but I got on the TikTok train. But and it's crazy because it's my biggest platform now. But which follow me on TikTok, okay? But yeah, so I always went into this as it's an accountability page. I'm just sharing my journey. I'm just sharing what I'm going through. And with that, I'm like, I'm the one who's actively sharing this stuff. So why would I lie?
Right.
Why would I cap? Why would it not be transparent and authentic? Like, why wouldn't it be? Because I'm actively choosing to share this. I don't have to. I can just not be online. And so I think that transition to the content that I create and I share my recipes, I share the things that I come across and I'm spending my money on a lot of this stuff. Actually,
Hello.
honestly, all of this stuff.
All
I'm
hello.
spending my money on. People see the numbers and the views and they think that, you're automatically working with brands. And that is not the case. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love more
How
brands to reach
I
out to
bought
me.
this on sale at the store with my money.
Exactly. Like, I'm doing this so you don't have to spend your
Right.
money on this,
Hello.
actually. So it was just like a natural transition on how I do my content. And now that I know that I kind of like this, I kind of like want to really, I'm giving myself the power to say, you know what, I actually do want to be an influencer, I do want to make content, I do want to work with brands, and that's okay to say.
Yeah.
Like,
It
I don't
really
have to just
is.
be like, oh, I'm just sharing my journey. Like, no, I can allow myself to dream big and think bigger. I'm like, it's still going to reign true to me and who I work with. If I don't like your stuff, I won't post a bad video about it, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't like
Yeah.
it. Like, that's that. Or I may not tag the brand, or I'm gonna tell the brand, like, look, I'm gonna give you my honest feedback before we even do this, because I don't want to bash you. I don't want to bash nobody, but
Right.
I'm not gonna lie to my viewers as well, because they are spending their money based off of what I
No, that's
built with
facts.
them, which was being real.
Yeah.
It's all about the authenticity. And one of my favorite content creators, non-bariatric, he share it all food related, and he still will get the brand deal even when he doesn't like something,
Mm.
because at this point it's just exposure. And
Yeah.
I think all people also have to know that my palate is not your palate, is
Yeah.
not your palate. You're going to like some things that I'm not going to like, but if it's all about sharing, because you can say, you know what, this is not my thing, but if you're a chocolate person, then this might be
Yeah.
for you.
This your lane thing.
So,
Yeah.
That's true. That's
But
true.
then you keeping it real is saving me from wasting my $40. You know what I mean? Because I mean,
mhm.
a lot of these products aren't cheap either. You know what I mean? A lot of them work because I mean we use them, but I'd rather somebody tell me, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think it's so critical, because obviously, like, we have an opportunity a lot of times to try different stuff, and if you go to places like the bariatric retreat, then you get to sample some cool stuff. I know you fell in love with one of the brands, which is super
The
exciting.
protein pretzels, I
Yeah.
love those things.
but but not everybody has that opportunity. So I think being able, just like you
To
said,
share that.
to share that, and then at least know directionally where, oh, you know what, Janae likes this, I might want to try this too. So super important. Especially food is getting really, 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 really expensive, as we
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And all the things that we need. We need the eggs. We need
We
the
need
meat.
them
We need the
$7.99
protein.
Right.
eggs and that $8 milk. Okay.
I do. I do. Um, Tell us a little bit about you're in the ER. You spoke about, like overnight at the ER. I'm picturing vending machines and like eating quickly. How have you been able to have, such a demanding job, and still like stay like true to yourself and true to your journey? What has that looked
So
like?
to be honest, it don't look like nothing because I don't stay true.
Keep it real.
I say it all the time when I'm at work. It's my biggest temptation that
Yeah,
um
that makes
that
sense.
just trying to stay up, and I'm tired, and like I'm still burning calories because I'm still actively moving my body, so I am hungry. And then somebody's always bringing donuts, somebody's always baking something there. Like I don't even have to touch the vending machine because there's always
Something.
free food, period. And it's like I try my best to bring my own stuff, but like I was just posting about our candy drawer. Like it's always candy. It's always something there. And so it's so hard. I actually was telling my husband that I think it's time for me to pull back from my job and healthcare and all that stuff and find something else, transition to something else, because not only is it messing up the way I want to live my lifestyle, but it's also messing up my sleep, which is a part of my lifestyle. And I feel like I'm going to work. So like there's
Right.
a couple times a week out of the week that I'm getting thrown off, and it's just not worth it for where I want my life to go. And I'm like, work is always going to be there. So that means something's going to have to give. Either I'm going to have to find a new job, or I don't want to say that I have to be more disciplined, but it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard when you're just living life. It's hard. And so I feel like something's going to have to change.
I mean, and them overnight shifts are no joke. I did security for a very long time, and them overnight shifts will your body never adjusts right.
Hmm.
I know I couldn't do it. I would get fired on day two because I would be asleep. Because I can fall asleep anywhere. I can
Anyway,
fall asleep on this couch right now.
you can fall asleep in the club, in the section at the. I'm talking about, and we lit still, but don't let a song come on because she's gonna be ready to go.
That's right. That's right. Well, I know, obviously, you were able to join Bariatric Retreat this year. It was your first year. You were
Mhm.
also a speaker. I would be remiss not to ask, like, how was your experience?
I
What'd you do?
loved the retreat, period, point blank. It's crazy because y'all had the retreat when y'all took over. It was in San Antonio, and I had just moved from San Antonio too, and I found out about it, and I was like, oh, this would have been cool if I was still there a couple more months, so that when this year came about, I was like, okay, I definitely want to do this. And when y'all gave me the opportunity to even be a speaker, I'm like, it was I'm so grateful for that opportunity. It definitely like showed me more that I wanted to like, you know, do more public speaking stuff and really
Mhm.
like take this more seriously. And so having that opportunity definitely like lit a fire up under me. Don't hate me. I did not do my freaking speaker submission thing. I kept forgetting. I kept forgetting. I'm about to be like, here's my little submission after the fact. But yeah, I love the retreat. All of the information that we learned, all of the connections that I got to make, all the people that I got to meet. Like, it was so fun. I cannot wait for New Orleans this year. Like, yeah, yeah.
And yes, so I think it was great to have you on the GLP-1 panel.
Yes.
That's what you spoke about. Um, how you kind of touched on it a little bit at the beginning, but how has GLP-1s or how did GLP-1s impact your journey?
So it definitely helped me get where I'm at today as far as moving away from having a weight loss mindset to more of a weight management. At that time when I started GLP-1s, I was in a 6-month stall, as we all
Mhm.
talk about the weight stalls and the bariatric journey. And so I was still pretty young in my weight loss journey experience. And like I said, it's a mental type of journey. So I was still very young, and even my mentality. And so I'm like, I just need something to break the stall. Like I still got some weight to lose. And so the GLP-1s actually helped me, kickstart my weight again, but also I did a lot of my mental work after
Mhm.
that. And so now I'm like, I've been in the 160s for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good to get off of this. I never wanted to be on it long term anyway. I actually only went into it wanting to be on it for 3 months. So the fact that I lasted this long was crazy. But I know that it's a tool, and if
Right.
I should ever need it again, then I have no objection on getting back on it again. But being in this side of my journey, I just want to kind of see what my body is
What it's
going to
like.
do on its own.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think that's such a great use for it, right? So with everything, and you use the operative word there, which was tool, right? All of these different things, all of these different measures are a tool to get you to a space where you've created all the habits and all the right things, like created that Janae package
Right.
in order to kind of, move forward, go forward, continue to challenge yourself nutritionally and physically, and so that you can have that maintenance and kind of move forward.
Yeah.
So love that, love that, love that.
Yeah.
So what else? So we peeled back the onion
Mhm.
on Janae a little bit. We've talked family, we've talked relationships, we've talked the journey. What is something that people don't know about you?
Something that people don't know about me is that I'm a little crazy in real life. Like, I'm a little wild in real life. It takes a lot for me to come out of my shell. So I was military intelligence when I was in the military, and so I'm a very observant person. I like to sit
Mm.
back and just like kind of peep the energy and see what
Mhm.
it's giving. But once I'm there, it's like we here, we
Right,
locked
right,
in,
right.
like once I'm already there. But it takes me a minute to get there. And so that was something, a comment I kept getting at the bariatric retreat was like, you come off a little bit more reserved than I would have imagined. And I'm like, well, I didn't really actually get to spend much time with you. So the girls, my girls who was there with me, they saw it,
Yeah,
but like not everybody got a chance to see it. But yeah, that's something about me. I'm a true Gemini. Like
Ah,
there's definitely two sides to me,
yes.
and I think I definitely live that.
And oh no, go for it.
I was gonna say, what song we singing at karaoke this year?
That is a surprise. That is a surprise. I've had this song in my head since we left. I already got it queued up. I already know. Mm. It's a good one though. It's definitely a
Oh,
good
oh,
one.
listen, you had a good one last year, so I'm already hip.
I think, but you definitely said something really important, right? Is that online is like, I think people are who they are, but when you are not necessarily face to face yet, you're able to kind of, whether you're creating a persona or whether you're able to amplify kind of the things that that like are really really good. Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, because I get that too, right? People
All the
think
time.
that I'm shy or that I'll have like RBF or something when they first meet me, but 90% of the time, one, I'm like hyper focused. My mind never shuts off.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be having a conversation, but I'm also like, okay,
Thinking about what's next, or
why isn't the line moving? Why hasn't the food
yeah.
arrived yet? Oh, we're 3 minutes over. Like I have a million things like going through my head.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I am a little shy until you get to know me, and then they're like, "Oh my god, like Rissa is crazy." So probably like the person you see in my stories is actually how I am, like with friends
Yeah.
and close people. But it does take me a minute at first to get there, and but I mean, I think that I mean, I've gotten to be able to get to that place quicker
Mm-hmm.
over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And
same.
I'm gonna
Like
just
I'm
be,
like
I'm gonna just be me.
when you see me on TikTok live or on my Instagram stories, like that's when the personality comes out a little bit more. Like my videos are just like they're glimpses of time. I'm making something
Mm-hmm.
is very strategic and stuff like
Yes,
that. And I'm like, you get to see it a bit, but you really don't get to see it. And so yeah.
yes, yes. I love it, love it. What's next for Janae? So you kind of shared a little bit, but what is that kind of next thing for you?
I don't know. I still like feel like I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I was telling my husband that I was like at one point I was trying to get back into the military. So like I said, I got discharged from the military due to weight issues. And when I found out that I can even go back into the military after weight loss surgery through one of my followers, I'm like, let me give this a chance. And it's not really panning out the way I thought it was going to, and it isn't even due to weight loss surgery, which I did a video about this on YouTube. I'm not going to even get into all of it.
Go to
But
YouTube.
I'm like, I think
Go to YouTube and watch
yes,
the video.
yes, go to YouTube and watch the videos. But I think I just needed to. I really do trust in my journey and in my path and what the Lord has for me, and so I feel like I just needed to go through this just to see that it is a possibility,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that that has to be my path. I was in school to become a registered dietitian, and I gave that a little bit of a break because when you
I
take
can
a long
so see
time
I
that.
off
can
of
see
I
school.
that
can so see
100%.
that.
Okay. Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was hard. It was hard to transition back into the school mind frame, but with me sharing my journey and my love for nutrition, my love for wellness, my love for like just educating people, like I can talk about the craziest things, and I'm not uncomfortable. Like people are like, "You're so brave sharing your loose skin." I'm like, it's
It's,
just
it's,
the body. Like
it's skin.
It's what it
Right.
yeah, and I'm teaching
is.
something to someone, so I don't care.
Right.
So I'm definitely relaunching my school journey, getting back into my master's program in
Let's
nutrition.
go.
Yes, so
Awesome.
I can be a registered dietitian. So we'll see. I change my mind all the time. So hopefully, like this is the
Now
path that I'm on.
we
But
claiming it
I
right now,
love
but
it.
then
Yes.
you low
Y'all
key,
heard it.
on the
You heard
path
it.
now. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So we're
Easy
gonna claim it right
transition.
now. We claim it
Yes.
in the name,
Yes.
okay?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Transfer fans into
Yeah.
clients and be able to help on a totally different
Because I
level.
mean, you helping low key right now.
Yes,
Okay?
Right.
yes,
Let's be real.
yes,
So
absolutely. So we have one last question for you, but quick commercial break before we do that. So first of all, On the Couch is supported by Hungry Root. Y'all check that out. We'll share information in our stories where you can get 40% off your first order. huge fans of
delicious, delicious, delicious.
They supplement our groceries. Just and make sure we have healthy stuff, healthy snacks.
Y'all see the price of groceries?
Recipes. Y'all know I talk about for the people who don't cook
at all.
So this helps me a lot. So check out Hungry Root. We'll give y'all the code and all that good stuff. Uh, Other thing, Janae is featured in the Fitness Challenge calendar. So y'all heard
Yes.
her talk about her running journey. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you download the calendar. It's in our bio. There's actually a running challenge going on
right now
for February.
Black History Month.
Yes, we'll get one later on in the year with Janae as well. So yay.
Yes.
And we also talked about bariatric retreat. So October 2nd through 5th, New Orleans. Definitely check that out. Tickets are available. Link is in our bio. We have a ton of announcements that are coming. They are going to come hard and fast because we are like in the literal like thick of all of these different things that we are going to be sharing.
I'm trying not to show all my teeth, y'all, because it's so
crazy. It's so much, y'all. It's crazy.
Just bring your dancing.
You already heard. Janae said she's gonna be there. So
And if you want a little sneak peek of what the bariatric retreat is given through the lens of me, I actually did a vlog on my experience.
Okay.
I cried.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So I can't wait to vlog this one again. I'm gonna be a better vlogger this time because I was living more in the moment last time, but this time I'm like I really want to like vlog it. So
when were you recording? Because I didn't see. I mean, you was hugging people like you were doing all the things, and you didn't see any of it. And yeah, you was doing your thing. I love it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, and what we'll do is we'll actually so you folks don't have to like try and find it. We'll share it too. So after we do the replay, then we'll also share the YouTube because it is phenomenal. But yeah, I think that's all the commercials. So we got first tell people how to keep up with you. And then our last question for you is, of course, what is your why?
Okay. So you can keep up with me. I post mostly on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's all the same username, Janeeleesanders. To make it very easy, you can find me across all three of those platforms. I'm definitely plan on stepping up when it comes to my content this year. So you can definitely find me.
I saw the drone. The drone.
Yes, you see the drone. Yes. I still haven't taken it out. My husband's gonna kill me. I still haven't taken it out. I'm just like, I want to get the best content with it.
Yeah, you are. Especially when you go hiking and when you run in. Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Love it. Love it. Well, I'm excited. I'll be looking for the content for sure. So y'all heard it. Go ahead and if you're not following Janae right now, make sure you're following Janae. Hit that follow button.
Follow.
Follow on all the other platforms too, because we still have the question. Right. But I think it is important for folks to know that content does look different across different platforms, right? You're giving different things based on what that platform kind of rewards you for, right? So you might do reviews here and that works great. But TikTok might want something that's completely different, and YouTube is obviously its own that long form content. So definitely, I think if you find folks that you really vibe with, follow them on all the different platforms because you're probably going to get a little bit different version every time. So.
Right, exactly. Like I tell people, I do my lives over there on TikTok. It's just an easier platform to do it on, but I'm super active over here in my stories and like I'm posting in the moment, like my foods and all that stuff, my chats. So you get that over here that you don't get on Instagram. And then of course on TikTok. And then of course on YouTube, you get the long form content. Like I'm taking y'all through my main thing that I'm doing right now. I have a little series that's called the Discipline Diaries, and it's showing how I'm staying disciplined. Like people always ask me, how are you doing this? Like, how do you manage getting up this early, life as a mom and prioritizing yourself and all that stuff? And so I'm like, instead of me explaining it, let me just show you.
Y'all. Right.
I could just show you through my vlogs, like how I am doing this, how I'm going to be, because I'm claiming it. I'm going to be successful long term after weight loss surgery, and this is how. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube.
Boom, boom, boom. Got it. All right, Janae. What's your why?
So when you say my why, what do you mean? Like
In general, for sure. I think some people might say, the reason why I had bariatric surgery is this, or the reason why I'm staying so committed to my journey is this, or you know what, the reason why I show up here every day on social is this. So you can take it wherever you want to take it.
Okay. So the reason I had bariatric surgery is because I knew in my heart I did everything possible to try to be healthy and be in a healthy weight. And I finally listened to my medical professionals and realized that I needed help. And some things are just above you, as I mentioned earlier. And as 2 years later, I'm finding that that was true, that was
Mhm.
true. I needed help. And this was why, because something metabolically, something internally was going on with me. And it is okay to need a tool. It is okay to use several tools if
Mhm.
you need to. Like I said, I did
Yeah.
GLP-1 and weight loss surgery. And it is completely okay if that is what you want for your life, without the fear of people judging you. Like, the point is
Correct.
to be healthy. That's
Yeah.
what I thought the point was. So
Yeah.
who cares if you need a tool to do that? Because guess what? My health is great. So I don't care about people's opinions.
Right.
My
Right.
why on why I share it is because why not?
Right.
Why not? I find that, working in healthcare for the last 10 years, especially during COVID, I've been working in emergency medicine since COVID started. And I saw, especially for the Black community, how much our health conditions and health issues made COVID worse. I
Mhm.
saw it firsthand, how people were getting sick or passing on because of the health issues they already had, and COVID
Mhm.
made it worse.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, I'm a medical professional. I know this, and yet I'm overweight, extremely overweight, taking care of people. And so I'm like, that made me, that lit the fire under me to do better and be better. And so now, still working in emergency medicine, and seeing that, where a lot of us are not educated on this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if you think about growing up, our parents did the best that they could, but there's some things that we are healing. Like, I couldn't leave the table until my plate was full.
Right.
I also was forced to slow down with eating, which was a good thing because I still am a fast eater. But, like, some of us come from have a traumatizing relationship with food because
Mhm.
the way we grew up, and then we also wasn't educated properly on moving our body, not just for weight loss, but just moving our body, period, or eating a certain way,
Right.
healthy, period. We don't start to learn this stuff until issues are already out of whack.
Yeah.
And so I share my passion in this because I think a lot of us need to be educated in this early
Mhm.
on, without the fear of shame or anything like that. And so
Right.
I feel so passionate about it, and that's why I love talking about it. I can talk about it all day, to be honest. So that's my why on why I share. And why, just why, period, because I don't know. Life is just taking me here, and I feel like I'm finding my truer self, my better version, the higher version of myself, the more I learn about myself. and
Mhm.
and I want more people to be unapologetic about what it is that they are learning, what it is that they stand for, what it is that they want for their lives. And so, I don't only just talk about wellness, I talk about self-development because I love personal development stuff, period. And so I just want whatever you want for yourself, I want that for you too. And if I can help you do that by modeling that and being the example for you by showing you my ups and downs, then yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Because why not?
I love
I
that.
love it. Mhm.
And I don't know about you, hon, but I feel really energized from this conversation. I feel like I could go out on a run. I'm not going to, but I do feel energized.
Yeah, we done already worked out today.
That I could. So we are super, super appreciative of you joining us
Thank you. Thank
today.
you. Thank
Such
you.
a beautiful, wonderful person and conversation. So thank you for joining us on the couch.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Y'all keep presenting me with opportunities, and I'm gonna just keep taking them. I appreciate y'all for always like thinking about me and seeing a light in me. I find that a lot of people see stuff in me before I even get to see it in myself, and that reigns true for y'all. And from the bariatric retreat to the calendar to this, like I appreciate y'all so much. So thank you for always looking out.
Absolutely.
Keep shining, keep shining. All right, y'all.
We see it.
Yes. It's been a great one. We'll obviously post the replay. Be sure to share, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you on the next time we have on the couch, as well as in person at Bariatric Retreat.
That's
Yes.
right.
Or our upcoming meetup, because we will be in Dallas supporting the Dallas meetup hosted by One Operation Changes Life. So looking forward to that as well.
Yes.
All right.
Have a
Yes.
good one.
Have a good day, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.